Hi guys, Tiffany here. Welcome to my quilting life. If you are new to my channel, that way, down there, subscribe to my channel and don't forget to like my videos as well as comment on them and share them and so on and so forth. So, obviously, I have to wait for people to come in. I did post the thing, so it should have given people notice, but it is 1 o'clock in the afternoon and some people work. So, yeah. Hi Debbie, hi Linda. So today, and this video is now I'm sewing the clothing together. So we started with a video. One was prepping the fabric, cutting it up and making 2 separate piles of the fronts of shirts and the backs of shirts and the sleeves off of shirts and so on, and prepping the fabric. And then video 2 was yesterday, where I cut the fabric up and put interfacing on it. As you can see in front of me, there's my 2 piles. And then I cut up my background fabric, which is a couple different fabrics, as well as put the interfacing on some pieces. One I don't need to show you because it's a whole, so this is just a part of the block. But so here is my stack, stacks plural, and today is going to be sewing them. So, oh, well, look, chat went quick. Hi, Kim. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Mary. Hi, Diana. Hi, Judy. So welcome, everybody. So today, like I said, is the sewing part now of sewing the random clothing. And then when I say random clothing, like I named these videos, it's random clothing. It doesn't mean I'm making a random quilt, because a lot of thoughts going into it, but it's all random clothing. So it's not just these kind of t-shirts. It's not just a flannel shirts. It's not just men's button-up shirts. It's of just randomness. It's just all random, what you see in the last 2 videos. So I wanted to make sure, that's why you guys, I just want to make sure you understand that I named these videos because it's random clothing. So that way, if you have a ton of random clothing, you can make quilts out of it. For those that end up finding this video in a search on how to make a clothing quilt. So everyone's just saying hi. So I cut all these squares today. I didn't feel the need to do it on camera because there's quite a lot. And Scott actually did all the ironing, and then I taught him how to cut, but he chose to use this rotary cutter, the 60mm blade, and he holds it like this. I can't do it with my thing, but he holds it like this, obviously with the right hand, but I'm wearing my brace, so it makes it hard. And he was like trying to do it straight up and down like that, and I'm like, no, just lean it carefully. And it wasn't cutting all the way. He didn't realize how hard you have to press down, and so on and so forth. Obviously with a fresh blade you don't need to press very hard, but the fact of the matter is he actually helped. He cut like, I don't know, 15 squares. So that was kind of cool that he did that. And then he ironed all the fabric for me so I could just cut, and it actually went pretty quick. And then he helped with putting the interfacing on this stack of squares because I added 3 more of each color. So there's 15 of each color, except for an exception of a couple of them that are random because they didn't have a full amount because they were the leftovers from this shirt. So yeah, now I get to create my 9 patches, and I'm going to be not like being too specific about it, but I am going to make sure that these blocks run diagonally. So just 3 per block, and then the rest fill in the rest of everything. And there's a method to my madness in the end. The reason why I'm only using a small amount of these and a lot of these. So yeah, and this is enough to do both quilts. I just cut it all up and had fun with it because I have, as you can see behind me, a whole entire pile of the stuff. So if I need more, I can cut more for the next quilt. But the next quilt, I could have went and cut all the pieces for it so I can build both at the same time, but I'm just going to build this one first, and then the next one I'll cut off, and that'll all be off camera. It doesn't need to be, it'll probably be vlogged, but that's about it. So Let's see, Judy, a pot of chili simmering from Kim. Deborah's here. I'm going on a glucose curve on my dog, but next stick is 4. Oh my goodness. Let's see, it's great helping with you. My David did that and it was great. Yes, it was great. With my arthritis, I have to get my body behind the hand. Hard to explain. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, I don't know. It's weird. Scott is so obnoxious to help, or anxious to help. I almost said that. I said obnoxious. He can be. Mary, I totally know what you're talking about. Hi, Joyce. And Scott will be here in a little bit. He went to the neighbor's house to get some eggs because we needed eggs to make dinner tonight because I'm making breakfast for dinner. Why? Because I like breakfast for dinner and I make it quite often. So, hi, Jim. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this one out of the way because there is no need. And I made sure I put the camera higher this time so you can see down on what I'm doing. I'm going to slide that stack over and slide this stack over. And what I'm going to do is grab 3. I'm actually going to make a ton of piles of all these different colors. That way I'm not grabbing the same ones over and over again. And these fabrics are just linens. They're pretty much just like a man's button-up shirt fabric. Some of them I really wouldn't have had as a button-up shirt, but it's what I have to fill in, especially for man-type quilts for when I make clothing quilts. So, I'm making all these stacks. And this red looks the same as the other one from far, but up close, they're actually 2 different reds, surprisingly. Like, you guys can't tell. Maybe it is the same. In certain lights, it looks different. They kind of look different, but they kind of look the same. I think I'm just going to put them all in one pile. And 2 more different colors. My wrist is killing me from all this work that I'm doing. Oh, it sucks. All right, so all that is moved out of the way, and I'm going to do the same with all of this. Woo! There are so many. But I want to equally spread everything around, and since I can roll around in my chair, then I can just roll over, grab what I want. I just need to be careful because earlier I hit my knee literally on the drawers right here, and it went straight in like on the side of my knee. Oh, it's definitely going to be a bruise tomorrow, and it hurts. So I'm just separating all these so I can get an equal amount of everything. Like I said, there's 15 of each so far. I mean, if I need to make more, I will make more. We eat breakfast for dinner also. Yum. Exactly. I love breakfast for dinner. That is my thing. I like eating pancakes for dinner and all sorts of stuff. Oh, another thing that I did, which was off camera, is remember I showed you yesterday I was going to sew this on here. So I sewed it on. So I just did a small blanket stitch on the top and the bottom. And then I tack stitched the sides so that it doesn't open. So this is now adhered to this square. So I made sure that that got done. I'm going to probably have to scoot all these piles so far up. So my little penguin has its own square, and the other quilt's going to get the same thing. It's going to get a penguin. I started cutting pieces for a Christmas tree pattern with scraps. I have a few cut. Ooh, Christmas tree. Speaking of that, when I get back to after this and get back to actually vlogging the things I'm doing, I definitely need to show you guys my Christmas thing and get that. I made a Christmas tree and it looks like caca. Let me tell you, it's so horrible, so horrible. But it's me just being creative, and this was like a couple years ago, but it never got finished because I think I just got frustrated with it or something. All right, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 different colors from the shirts, and then 9 different colors from my backgrounds that I chose. Hi, Patty. let's see, is another, oh, Deborah, I have my dog scaring with that. I'm retired vet tech, so it's no problem, just the timing. That's a different one. I'll text you after this. Wow, look at all, it's a lot of fabric. Hi, Linda. Just don't trip over the cords today, Scotty. Scott's in here, guys.
Today I don't ever trip down.
Listening while working, long day in the office again. Okay, Patty. I kind of figured my daytime videos with this whole vlogging and doing daytime and nighttime and whatever time I come on stuff, at least everyone will get that chance to catch live streams, because now it's very random and it's at least happening almost pretty much every day now. We got Sandra here listening at work too. Sonia's here. Hello. Vicky's here. Hello.
Hi.
Why do I wave whenever you say hi, Scott? That's kind of funny. All right, Scotty's going to get this, and he's going to just say hello to people that come in, as I will lay out a block right here, since I know I have enough for a 9-patch, this room right here. I'm just going to start with these bottoms. So I'm going to grab 3 different ones, and I'm going to make a block, but most of it's going to get chain
Hello,
pierced.
everyone.
So I'm just going to take 3 different ones of these, because I'm going to be mixing them all up. And then I'm just going to fill it in with the t-shirt pieces. And it doesn't matter what I put where, as long as I mix it all up and have fun with it. So there's going to be one block. So I'm going to sew this together, and then I'll do another one all by itself like this, and then I will continuously chain piece pieces, and you'll see what I mean by that. So I'm going to go ahead and put this first row right sides together. And it's hard to tell on this linen what is right side and what is wrong side, but there is a right and there is a wrong, because you can feel it on the fabric. I also had to, I put white cotton thread in here, but I also had to twist up my presser foot pressure, because I'm working with now, because of the woven interfacing, there's a little bit more layers. So I just want to make sure that I have a consistent pressure throughout this whole entire thing. Oops, and I want a 2.5 stitch length. That's the only thing I didn't do. All right, here we go. I'm using a 2.5 stitch length. Why? Because it's a little bit bigger, and these are thicker fabrics, so they don't really have to be too tight, because some of it's polyester and I don't want to poke too many holes and perforate the fabric to where it's just going to rip out of there after the quilt has been used and washed and so on when it's complete. Even after quilting, you can rip your seams on a quilt that you did too tight of a stitching if you used polyester blends in it. And even with the woven interfacing, the polyester still takes a chance of coming apart.
Hi, Kim. Kim was stirring chili.
All right, this third one under.
Teresa has a little bit more to do on a quilt than she's done with customer quilts for a while.
All right, so those 3 are together. I'm leaving them hooked so that I know where I had everything. I also, like I said, with this thinner fabric, I can push that to one side to keep from having too much bulk. And then this one towards the thinner fabric, and then this one towards that, because it's not the thinner fabric, but I decided to only do diagonal one way. So there'll be 2 spots where the seam will go the opposite way, but that's okay. Now I'm just going to attach.
They're all talking about thicker. How hot it is where they're at. Do you want to say how hot it is here for them?
I think the last time I was outside it was 58.
No, it's hotter outside than it is in our house.
That's what my temperature thing said, but
hi, Kathy. Kathy's Quilts is saying hi, honey.
Whew. Excuse me. I did not see that coming. Hello to people that are joining.
Oh, now they're talking about food again.
Oh, hey, that's okay. I just ate a burrito, so I'll be good. All right, so now that these are on here, And press that one way, press that towards the middle, and press this one towards the thinner fabric. So again, this will have thicker fabric and this will have thicker fabric, but it's okay. My 9 patch is still held together. It's a little on the thicker side, a lot thicker once they are hooked. I mean, like seriously, gonna be thicker. So I'm just going to nest them, and I'm not ironing anything at this point. I will iron later. Just gonna nest these seams. That way I don't have to keep getting up and down, because I am tired already from being all this up and down and
Bless you.
stuff that I've been doing. All right, lining that up. I come to the seam and then I make sure the end is aligned. I'm still sewing a 1/4 inch seam as if I was doing regular ones, but now you can see, look at how thick these seams are. So I'm going to want this one to go.
Deborah said, bless you. Also.
I'm probably going to press them in all different directions on the back, or press the seam open when I finally do get to pressing, because that is so thick. But I already knew that coming into doing this because I've done it before.
Ooh, I like scalloped potatoes. They're
That
talking
sounds
about all
good.
this food.
Fine. Since we're on the food subject, what is everybody doing for dinner?
Well, that's what they're talking about. Oh, they're all saying what they're making.
I stop in the seam, align the next since I don't pin anything. If it's thin, if it's thinner that way. Lining everything up. And again, when I press these, I'm going to probably press these seams open because this is so bulky, so bulky. And when I say pressing open, I will split these at the iron and run the iron along this seam. Hold on, let's do it by...
Ooh, biscuits and gravy.
That sounds good too right now. We have biscuits and we have gravy. We just don't have sausage to make with gravy.
The gravy we have is regular gravy.
Whatever. Gravy is gravy is gravy.
Yeah.
We just throw
Well,
some
that's
sausage
true.
in it.
That's true. Well, then we can make, we can do that.
We can just have biscuits with our breakfast tonight. Or breakfast dinner. So I would just press all this open from the back side.
I was making you hungry.
That's what happens when we talk about food, but you guys brought it up, so we're just asking what's for dinner. Anyway, let me finger or tool press all this open real quick. Can't say finger because this is a tool. It's my wooden tool from T. All right, so I'm just using the tool to press the seam open, and then I'll go from the front side and make it stay down. Again, these are some thick seams. When with a bunch of steam, this should stay really nicely.
Hi, Vivian. Vivian says hi to you, honey.
Hello. All right. Now that that's sort of pressed open, let's see if it stays. And it did. Press it from the front. I can feel the seam open. Except for right there. Still open.
There we go. Steak, baked potatoes, and broccoli. Goodness gracious.
All right. Again, I'll worry about the pressing later, but here is one block. So there's one. So let's make another. Just gonna throw these out of the way because I will press them all later. So now I'm on this one, two. Grab one of these. Actually, that is the same as that. Just realized that too. I don't know why it's in two separate piles. All right, let's grab this one. One of these. One of these. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to stick the thicker ones on the, make sure that it's always on the side of a thinner. That way it makes it easier.
Vicky says pretty. Kim says, oh, I like it.
These light ones. And one of these up here. Bam. So here's going to be block 2. So again, I'm gonna do that same
Where did the
exact thing.
44 come from? Because the other
It's
shirts
at
have 43.
This is the brand thing.
Oh, because the other ones have 43.
Only one quilt is gonna have this because it was the tag at the bottom of the shirt.
Oh, okay. Have you heard from Robin? They're asking, has anyone heard from Robin?
Robin Boyd?
How Robin is doing?
No. No idea. All right. I'm gonna sew these through. Number 3. And you don't have to have...
Why do you put one upside down and one...
Because the right side's together. Right side's together.
Oh.
Scotty got lost.
Well, this one is upside down, isn't it?
No. That's right sides.
No, this one.
No.
Oh. I was lost. Okay.
And this one go that way.
I'm very lost.
All right, now for these 3 right sides together.
Okay, I see what you're
Grab the next one. Feel another sneeze coming on. Maybe not. This back up, put this one on here, and I'll have all of it hooked together to make it easier. So everything is still hooked together. Go in, that can go out. So it's all hooked together, can't lose any of it. Right sides together, they're still hooked together, so it makes it easier. Nest my seam. With the thicker fabrics, the nesting of the seams is a little bit more not so accurate, but accurate enough to be good because it's so thick. But if you open it up, oh yeah, they look good. I'm not even going to press it with the tool this time. I'm just going to sew them continuously. I was just showing you. It's best to press it open. Lots of steam to help it when it's being pressed. All right, block number 2. Again, I'm not going to press it. I'm just going to hold it up so you can see.
Oh, thank you.
So it goes along down the diagonal.
Involved in the process. Thank you for helping our Tiffy.
All right, watch out. Put this over there.
Okay.
Put this over there. Just stack them up nicely. All right.
On top of each other?
Yes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this one just so that you guys can
Linda
see.
asks, do all your blocks have interfacing?
Yes, except for this fabric. Because I wanted some thinness to fold my seams to. If I would have interfaced all that, this would be very, very, very thick. So here's this. This is like more than half of the block. The 4 blocks combined. This is a 9.5 inch square. This came off the sleeve. I'm going to put that here, and then I'm going to grab one of these because I only need one from the bottom corner, and then the rest of it's going to get filled.
Peggy says hi.
With.
She's in bed
1,
sick,
2,
but she's
3.
still watching. Okay.
Yep.
Hi, Peggy.
Let's put a white one there, and then we'll put this one here, and we'll put this one here, this one here. I know, this choosing. So now I'm going to hook these 2 together, and then I'm going to hook these 3 together so that I can put it all together, and it'll be the same size as my bigger block. So I'm going to start by hooking these 2 together, and then these will get hooked to the big piece. You'll see right now, that's a 9.5 inch square because these are 5 inch squares. So this one, I'm going to press this open. I'm going to use my special tool because I want this seam open. The rest of the seams I really don't care about, but since this is butting up to something, I don't want it really, really, really super thick. So I'm going to put that there. It's 9.5 inches now. So it matches this piece, just like that. And I'm going to sew this to this, like that. Pussycat, where are you? Hanging in my room.
He's riled up. He keeps messing with me.
All right, so there's
all beside
that.
himself.
I'm going to set this aside. So this is already like 6 squares hooked together.
Well,
Now I'm
really
just going to
big.
hook these 3 together.
Patty says that I'm still waiting for Tiffany to take you up on the pressing offer.
On the what?
For me, pressing.
Oh, you could
Tell
if
him.
you want to.
Tell him what I was doing
Yeah, I
earlier.
did. I already said it. Scotty was pressing all the fabric and I was cutting it, and I also taught him to cut some fabric, and he cut like 15 squares.
Janet says hi. Hi,
This
Janet.
one.
And Kim says hi to Thumper.
Yes, Thumpy is hanging out. Okay, that's sat flatter sitting that way. So I want this seam to go that way. All right, so now all 3 of these combined should be this right here. Look at that.
His
That
name is
creates
Thumper,
14
Linda.
inches. And now I'm just going to sew these 3 together.
He's named after the bunny on Bambi.
Yep.
And this is your cat
Because
is
of
so
the-
beautiful. I don't remember the name.
It's because of the way he used to get around when he was smaller. He used to thump, not run. And I just line up this end.
Kathleen says hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hi to y'all quilties.
Okay, so there is that. So this created my set-in area. So here is a block right here, which should be the same size as this, if I can get it to stay down. And look, it is. So there is the same exact size. See that? So one of the blocks will be this on each quilt. And I'll have to be careful pressing that because that is vinyl. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple of these. And I'm just going to take a couple from each of these piles.
Tell them what happens again if we press vinyl, because you explained it to me earlier.
It will melt and burn. I know now I'm just making you guys confused, but I'm going to be chain piecing all these through. So what I'm doing is just grabbing from each pile. Like this. And I'm going to be sticking one block right sides together with it. I'm just going to, this will be the top corner. I'm just going to be chain piecing all of this through. Why? Because it's easier to do this instead of laying out each individual block. And I don't have to have my stripes always going the same way. I can turn them, you know. They can go totally different ways. Oops, stay right there. Just having fun with it, not putting too much thought into it when it comes to where things are going to land and so on and so forth. All right. So now I'm just going to not fall. My chair doesn't roll very well.
Do you need help over there?
No. All right. So now I'm just going to start chain piecing all these through. And they're already lined up nicely. So all I got to do is sew. That way I can get this quilt done so much faster.
Oh, Vicky wants to know what the doctors are saying about your wrist. Tell her
I
about
don't.
that.
I go on the 21st to the doctor. Right now, we don't know what it is, but it hurts.
Well, we finally got an appointment.
I'm pretty sure
Yesterday or
it's
the day
carpal
before,
tunnel
they
because
called to give us an
everything.
appointment.
Yeah, everything I've read on carpal tunnel is what I'm feeling. So numbness and tingling in my fingers, and I have it anyway, numbness and tingling, but not like this. And then pain, turning my wrist certain ways hurts really bad. Holding things hurts bad. All sorts of different things. The way I hold my hands on the long arm, no matter what I've tried, it just definitely feels like carpal tunnel. And it's only in one wrist. So on the 21st, I go to the doctor and see what he says. Probably going to say what we already know.
Hey, you never know.
There are a ton of things that we can self-diagnose, so.
You never know.
Alright, so I have now continuously made a ton of top row starters. So now I'm just going to chain piece a second piece to all these, and I'll have a bunch of top row pieces. So again, I'm just going to make a nice lovely stack.
Vicky says my Brenda had that and she has really small hands.
I have small hands. Sort of.
Sort of.
Sort of have small hands. I have small feet. I know that.
Kathy had 2 really good days. Now she's wiped out and back on the couch, being able to move around and try and do things.
Yeah,
It's blessed
I'm right there
progress.
with you.
Progress. She
I've
says,
been-
thank you for asking.
I've been so busy. Ooh wee. Now I'm just stacking them all up and just adding another one, and then I'll pull from this pile that I've made. So all 9 of my top rows will be ready to just sew continuously. I'm just lining these right sides together. I know you think I'm going to get confused, but I actually won't get confused. I have lots of fun with stuff like this, because there's really no rules besides having a 1/4 inch seam and that all my fabric gets pressed when I am done. This guy's going to go here in the corner. He's going to be awesome. And put this one on here. So now I just need to take these and sew them. So I just grab one, sew it through, grab this, sew it through, and just chain piece. And I could be continuously chain piecing all the rows, which is what I'll probably do off camera. I just want you guys to see how it works.
Giving you guys an overview of the whole
An
ordeal.
overview, yes, of putting all of this together. And then having fun. So that's a good thing. I hate when a job makes me not want to do anything, you know? This is one of those jobs where you can just have fun with. But I do and have done quilts for people that I just don't want to continue with, but I do. But it makes me hate that I chose this. I'm like, what did I do this for?
At Christmas 1 years ago, that was a pain in the butt. Remember that one, honey?
Yes, that was a pain in the butt. And that's also on video. That's a long time ago. I have to lift this up just a little bit more. And I always check the tension when it's higher and higher.
Linda's gonna take a nap. She'll catch the replay. So
Okay.
bye, Linda. We'll talk to you
Bye.
later.
Thank you for hanging out. All right, so one row over and over and over. Done. So there's going to be 9 top rows already made. My next row has the background color in the middle. So now I just need to do that same exact thing, hooking one of these to one of these, and then I just add it on the opposite side. So let me just go through again and pull 9 different ones of these. Because I'm doing 9 at a time. Come on. Okay. So now I just need to do matchy again. So instead, these will go on top because I will be adding to the middle. I'm just going to make a nice stack. Come on. I'll line them up better at the machine. All right. And again, my stripes don't have to be a certain way. I'm just making them how I make them. However they get sewn, that's how they will be. Oops, did I miss it?
Do you want me to hand you something?
No, just need, had one square that I didn't add a square to. So since I started doing this, is anyone else out there half tempted to start making a clothing quilt? How many of you are going to do that? Now that I'm taking away the fear of chopping up clothing and sewing it together. Now I'm just going to grab, or Scotty can pass me
What?
9 squares. So give me something that's not this green.
Do you know you gotta stand on that one?
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, you're gonna keep using it?
Yeah. It's not staying, it's a bleach spot.
Okay,
That's the
but
way their daddy's clothes were.
you
That's
know
the way they're going to
what
stay.
I meant. So just hand you any color? You don't care?
As long as it's not the color that you're going to see me open beforehand. So now I'm just going to start passing. While they're all hooked on here, the next color's through, not the blue. There we go. Perfect. And if you could get someone to help you, that's even better. Just stand next to you and start passing you pieces. That helps. Oops. Got to swap this guy around because I'm sewing on this side. It's just the one. Just the one. He's going in the middle.
You sure they want a bleach spot on their quilt though?
It doesn't matter. It's the way the fabric was. I don't care. They're not going to see it. It's not going to matter. It's the way their daddy's clothes were. I'm not going to care.
Okay.
It's a tiny little bleach spot.
Okay.
They knew all that stuff coming in. She saw the condition of the clothing.
Judy says she made 2 quilts from baby clothes and blankets and 1 from a man's clothes.
Next.
I'm sorry, I don't remember what color you had last.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, well then take this
Nope, that one's already the one that's next to it.
one. Okay.
And,
I just gave you that one. Was the last one you had.
just
Yeah.
wait.
Here, take that. I haven't given you one of them yet. Shirley says, hello everyone, I'm late again.
Oh, you're not late. You're never late. I'm going to be on here for a while. So you can't be late. There's nobody that's actually late. All right, so now all these are done. So this is my middle rows. Obviously, when I put them together, I'm going to pay attention to what is where. That way there's no 2 same colors next to each other, but this should be a good start. Blend-wise. All right, so now the bottom row is going to be 2 pieces, and then so I just need 2 of these and then 1 of those. So just start passing me 2 at a time. They're 2 totally different colors till I have 9.
Okay. There you go, black and red. Feels like there's 2 there, but there's not.
Because they're so thick.
Green and blue. Red and that blue. Oh, that's too gray. Gray and this gray. Oh, no, 2 there. They're thick and they don't want to peel apart.
6. 3 more sets.
Okay.
7. 2 more sets. 8. And 1 more.
I don't remember which ones I gave you and which ones I haven't.
And 9. This is good.
Okay.
Okay, so now I just need to add, because this is now the bottoms, I need to add these. So I just need to add these. So I'm just going to add 9. And just chain piece them through.
Those ones are never going to be in the middle then, though. You know?
What do you mean? This is the last row. They go 1, 2, 3 on all of them.
Oh. I didn't know that. Okay.
You'll see
I'm
what I'm
learning.
doing, and I will lay some
Learning
of
as we
these
go.
out because I will have 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12 blocks to lay out
Learning as we go.
to show you guys before I get off camera.
12's enough for a twin size quilt, right?
No,
Oh, it's not?
no,
How many do you need?
a lot.
12 of these? Is it enough?
No,
Okay.
no way. Not even close.
Oh, well, how many is enough? 24?
No, like 40
Oh,
or more. 42 probably. 6 across by 7 down.
oh, okay.
They're 14-inch.
Okay.
So they'll be 13 and a half inch times 7.
Oh, I was going to do 14 times 67.
And then-
You're just killing me.
And then you'll, no, I do, because you're going to still be removing a seam when you sew them together.
Okay. Okay.
How is everybody doing today? Scotty took off.
You can bring a calculator. No, I'm getting a calculator.
Oh,
Didn't take off.
come on. All right. So now this
Okay.
is the last of all my bottom rows.
So it'll be 81 by 15.5 times 7. 81 by 94 and a half. Is that a twin?
No, that's a full
Oh,
queen.
well, that's what you're
You gotta
making.
take all the seams away too. Did you do
I did 13 and a half by
Oh.
6 is 81.
Okay.
13
So
and a
it'll
half
be
by 7 is 94 and a half.
5 across by 6 down.
Okay. 5 times 13.5 is 67 and a half.
Perfect.
And 6 times it, I already said, was 81.
So it'd be 60 by 81 plus a border. Unless I don't do borders. All right, so now
Yeah, 6 times 13 is
Look at
81.
this.
And 5 times
these 3 can go together because,
is 67.
oh,
So 67 and a half by 81.
this one already looks good together. So I'm just going to start lining these up and creating all my blocks.
Kim says I got my hair cut yesterday while I was out. My head feels so much better. No headache this morning.
Awesome.
That sounds like you.
Yeah, but her
Very
hair is
sick.
short like mine.
Used to give you issues.
All right, here is.
And
the
Kathy's
next
doing 6
row.
loads of laundry. That sounds like us at times.
Oh yeah. These look good together. Put them together. It really goes quick since I chose to do 5-inch squares. You know? It'll be done in no time. It's the cutting and everything that takes the longest. And then obviously the pressing. So here's another block. Throw that over there.
Throw it.
Throw it over there.
Good general, Renee, you just made
All
it.
right, these. Oh, nope. See, I gotta swap that out because that's the same. I want them to be 3 different. That looks good. Okay, so now I'm going to add the bottom, and none of them are the same. Nothing's out of place. It looks good to me. Nest my seam. What are you laughing at? Huh?
You missed
Oh.
my seams. I don't know what that means, but it sounds interesting.
I'm just making sure that one goes one way and one goes the other, so that way when they're nested up, they line up right here. See that? Creates a
turn that
perfect
one
little
the other way
square.
so the penguin's up top.
So the penguin is up here in this
Yeah,
top.
they got to see the penguin.
Next block.
Why do you keep throwing them on the floor? Just
I
let
don't
me
mean
put them there.
I don't mean to throw them on the
Then let me
floor.
put them over there. I'm
Okay,
standing right
those go
here.
good together. And I'm using my knee lift because it's hurting to touch my wrist and go under here and flip that lever. So I got to start using my knee lift more often.
Vicky says after live, she's going to sew those strips together.
All right, 1, 2, and 3. Looks good. Ooh, that's so thick. So thick. Right there. I knew it all coming in, that these were going to be some thick seams.
So if you're going to do 6x5, you need 30 of these made, right?
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here. 1, 2, 3.
I'm going to change that one up. Let's put this one there instead.
We got 6 so far.
So in total, I need to make 60. In total, I need to make 60 blocks for 2 quilts.
Yeah, that's what you're telling me.
Oh, no. Oh, that's the same as that one. That's got the same thing there. That's got the same thing there. Go further down.
One doesn't.
One more. This one. Bam. Totally different. Yep, 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 yep. I'm trying to make sure that they're all different, but in the end, it's not really going to matter.
Maida's on. She says, good afternoon,
Hello,
everyone.
everybody.
Just saw that you were on, and I'm pleased because I have something to listen to while I work on some gifts.
Awesome. All right. See how quick these are going together? Going together so fast. All right. This one. And this one. And then that one. Oh, yeah. Perfect. Oh, yeah.
After live, Kim is going to cut more pieces for a Christmas tree pattern. And then Dwana is piecing 1-inch hexagons.
Ooh. Those are
All
small.
scraps. They're all scraps, too.
Those are small. Alright, and the next. None of the colors match. Perfect. Perfect.
There's 4 out there. Did I say we had 7 over here?
Another block done. I might be able to put it all together in one video.
8. We got 8.
Maybe, maybe not. I do have other things I would like to do today. Like sit in bed and watch TV and do nothing.
It's a busy day.
Yeah.
You could break it up into more than one video.
Oh, obviously. Because I got to do the piecing the quilt together video. This is making the blocks video.
Did you understand that?
No, I did not.
Oh, look at me again.
Okay. So, all right.
So just say it on your video.
I'll do it right now. Give me 2 seconds. So now that you guys are all here, and people have been asking, not only asking the one question, but also asking it in a different way, like, Tiffany, why do you have so much time to make videos lately? Where are the girls? So I'm going to make a very long story super short.
Yeah.
The girls are not here anymore. Their mom and dad got into a super fight, which parents tend to do. And ever since they got into their super fight, somehow we got the bad end of it. And we don't have the girls anymore. Don't know if they'll ever be back. Don't know if they moved away. We don't know nothing. So for the past month,
No, it's 3 weeks.
3 weeks now that you have seen me continuously making videos and always on here at random times, and there's no children around, and Scott's actually in here with me because he used to be out there. There's been no kids. So that's why he's able to, so Scott's going mad crazy because he's used to the children. Well, I'm used to it too, but he's used to chasing them around while I do my thing, and now he has nothing to do. He goes and hangs out with neighbors. He goes and does this and does that, and so on and so forth. Me, I at least have something I can do to occupy my time, but we don't know if they're ever coming back. We don't know anything. We just know that the parents got in a fight, and they haven't been here since. So that's why I have so much time to do this. So, and that's also, remember when I said we have financial struggles? Well, that is a lot of it too, because now we don't have that income. So everything now is just YouTube channel only. We'll just be relying on the YouTube channel and whatever else.
Yes, Vicky, it is very sad.
So yeah, we don't know anything about anything. We never even got to say goodbye. If they are never coming back, we never got to say goodbye. They've been here 5 years. They've been with us. Like I said, they were our adopted nieces. They have been here in our lives for 5 years, pretty much 5-6 days a week for that long.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we don't know what's going on or if they'll ever be back. So, didn't get as much as anything. Just know sort of what happened. That's it. So now you guys all know. For those that have been super curious, I guess 2 are going to have to be similar.
We can always sew another one or mix one up with another. You know,
No.
you can mix these and these, just turn them. See what I'm saying? Turn this around and put that edge there.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
2 different. Yep.
Is that different enough?
Yep. So yeah, that's what's going on. That is why you guys have me here more often. And this just keeps me busy so that I don't have to think about anything else. Obviously, I'm used to the children running around, screaming, coming in here, jumping all over things, grabbing things, and wanting to play.
Watching them all
I meant on live streams, having them on live stream. So it's been different. But if they never do come back, I'm never doing daycare ever again. I'm never watching children ever again. So it's already, you know, it made up my mind, I guess. No more children around daycare wise.
Well, thank you, Jim.
So yeah, it's a super duper quiet house now. I guess, oh, what do they call it? Empty nesters. When all the kids are gone, we have one left, but it's not like you even know if he's here or not because he's 15 years old and
doesn't leave his room.
he doesn't leave his room. So, and when he does, he's at the school, so it's like he's not even here.
Teresa says you should set up machine for me. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, you know, this whole entire time, look at, see, then the last 2 end up similar.
Well, then let's make another one. And you can mix that with a different bunch. You still have...
I'll just put it together.
Honey, you have 50 more to make.
I know. All right.
We can just mix it with another different batch.
Oops. Same goes that way. This same goes that way. Still have to press all these anyway.
Uh-oh. Did
Did I
it go
lose?
off? Oh, it's on over here. It's just this one went blank. You are. Look at that.
Oh,
I've never seen. Oh, no. It's back on now.
there you go.
I'll get it. I'll get it. Give me a
I'm
second.
going to create another top piece and then 2 more bottom pieces.
Yeah. Just make a whole completely different block.
That can go there.
Doesn't matter.
This one can go there, and this one, Trying to find a thinner piece. There we go, like that. So let's put these three together. Mix them around. I have a ton of blocks to make.
Yes, Nita, that about sums it up.
What?
She said because the parents had an argument, the girls are essentially being punished. They had you for their whole lives, and now they don't. That is sad.
Yep.
Yes, Sasha had us since she was 2 weeks old, and Triana had us since she was around 4 or 5 months. 6 days a week, 10 to 12 hours a day. Yes, we picked them up from school. We did everything. It was very sad. I'm taking it quite hard. Tiff has her quilting. I'm just lost.
Oh yeah, that's me. Oh yeah. When
What?
it goes down here, that way.
Oh.
I just confused myself by putting
Hi,
something
Tom.
upside
Tom
down.
says hi.
Hi, Tom. Hello to everybody joining. Boy, it's too thick that way. Let's try this way. Like I said, these seams, no matter nested or not, they are going to be thick when you're working with tons of different kinds of fabric. That's why I decided to mix in all this other fabric so that at least seam management. So here's another one. Now we gotta create one more because this is sitting right here.
I can put it over there. I'm right here. Just because the cat
This
is
guy
in the room.
and this guy. All right. Let's do that guy and this one and that one and this one. All right. So that will mean I have made altogether 13 blocks. But I'm having fun. Because I enjoy this. My cat is seriously sniffing around today. Not yesterday, but the day before he was in here. That new bolt of fabric that I got, it's not a full bolt, it's just a fabric on a bolt. And I leaned it up over against the chair and he's over there batting at it like it probably smells like cat. So he was batting at it and stuff and messing with it. And I was like, Thumper, you're so weird. And he was spinning his body in circles trying to play with it. I never let him in here usually, but when we're both in here, can't stop it. Okay, and the other side, and that will be enough blocks for now, so I can lay this out. I'm gonna probably have to lay it out on the floor in the living room because yeah. So there is another one. So I guess I can press some of them, I think. I also want to make sure that you know that this big piece should be the same size as all these. Once they're pressed, it's kind of on the big side, not really, but once everything's pressed, it's the same exact size. So this is also a whole block. So there'll be the one with the 43 that's on half of a block, and then this is cut to 14 inches by 14 inches to create a whole block because these finish at 14 inches. Even with all this interfacing, they should all be 14 inches.
Heather says hi. She says, hey, looks like I'm late today.
Oh, that's okay.
It's okay, Heather.
I'm gonna press a couple of these. I don't know.
While you keep making?
Yeah, here, press away. Just try to get them flat, flat, flat. Use steam.
flat, flat, flat. I don't know
Well,
how.
some of these seams,
Yeah.
they want to go a certain
So I
way.
don't know how you're gonna do that. Do you want to do it then? Because I don't know how you're gonna do that. The seams are, especially with the thick ones, you can iron on the back. I wouldn't even thought of that.
And there's
Ironing
a little,
down the back. See,
there's a
she's
little
thinking.
trick to this. So I'm gonna show you guys. If you don't want to just sit
Thank
and
you,
press
Kim.
all of them open, you can go in right here to the connector of the two seams and snip that away. Oops, did it go? And between there, there's a stitch. Separate that stitch so one seam can go one way and one seam can lay another, so that it lays nice and smooth. And what I mean by that is, I'm gonna try to, has to be done from the top. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. Gotta heat this up. Stay down. Very thick, very thick. I'm on seam management right now, trying to get these all to lay nice. You don't really want to like swipe your iron on interfacing because it'll start to drag it. And I just did that on this piece, so it made it all funky. Okay, laying flat, lots of steam. I'm out of the camera frame probably, guys.
Yes, you are.
This is as flat as this thing is gonna
Do
get.
you want me to turn the camera so they can see you iron?
Oh yeah, if you want, yeah.
All I have to do is rotate it on the thing just a little bit.
This is flat
There
as
you
it's
go.
gonna get. So pressing from the back, like I said, this interfacing will start to like smudge. So what I'm doing is technically I'm just picking the iron up and placing it down.
Eric's here. He hears sounds but doesn't see anything.
Oh.
Now you're in the camera. Now he can see you.
Alright, so I'm gonna press that.
Judy's been sewing on my very scrappy paper piecing blocks, just sewing the blocks together.
All that should go nicely. Lay as flat as I could possibly get them. Switch this over to this side. Again, just pick it up and lay it down because it rubs funny on the interfacing and you don't want that to happen. So press this. Some steam. It's very hard to do this with the wrist brace on. That way the block lays as flat as I can get it to lay.
Thank you, Lisa.
So if a seam wants to go whatever way, let the seam go whatever way. If it doesn't want to go whatever way, then it has to go the correct way. But if they want to lay a certain way, just let them. Again, it's just a t-shirt, it's clothing quilt, so everything is not the same as the rest. So like that seam wants to go that way, so I'm just going to pick up the iron and put it on it. Or you can press them open. I'm not worried about any of that stuff as long as they're all laying flat.
Lisa says, yep, Scott needs to sew. No, Scott's not sewing. Scott's done a lot of ironing and cutting today, but no sewing.
Come on. Which way do you want to go, seam? Which way do you want to go? Flip it over. Give it some steam from the top. Make it lay as flat as I can. You really have to subdue it into place. Get it going. Because there's a lot of different thicknesses. And again, when I go to long arm, I'll show you guys what I mean about the thickness over the foot. Because I'll have to probably use an open toe foot. Okay, I'm going to try to hurry this process up now. Okay, one way is certainly.
Eric says, show that steam who is boss.
Right. I got to pick it up and put it down this whole time. There's not much steam or water in the iron anyway.
Do you want me to fill it up? That I can do.
Yeah.
They all like Eric's wreaths.
Oh yes, they're very beautiful, Eric.
Yeah, fill the water up for you.
Very, very pretty. All right, I'm just gonna sit my happy butt down for a minute.
Well, you get another one whenever ready. I'll do this a while.
All right, I'm just gonna sit down right here and read. Oh, here's another block. Duh. I guess while you do that, I will just sit here.
Whoops. Then I overflowed it.
Oh well, it happens.
I'm done.
My wrist is killing me. I need more movement.
There you go. We'll heat it all up.
Hey, all this work. All this work.
Oh, you're doing good.
Yes.
You're doing good.
This very pretty. Took me went right out to hang it. Right? She did. Well done quilting this quilt. Yippee. Now to trim it up and it can go home. Awesome, Teresa. All right, I'm going to press some more blocks. That way I can
Do you want the brace back? Or?
lay up. No, I'm going to do it without so I can have wrist movement.
Okay.
My wrist moves easier when it's free and not in that. Turn it to the front side and press.
Do you want me to do some of that for you?
I got it. So I'm just pressing my blocks now.
You got it. You almost touched the iron there. You're gonna hurt yourself now.
I know. You know how many times I've burnt myself?
I'm sure a lot.
How many times have you guys burnt yourselves with the iron? Let's see how common of an occurrence it is to burn yourself with your iron.
Well, not very often because not that many people stuff. So
I'm talking to my quilter, CJ.
Vicky says lots.
Like I literally set it down and to my right because I'm right-handed and I always seem to have it in my way.
Kim says too many times to count.
Right? I have quite a few scars on me because of it. Irons like to eat me.
Herrick says I always give myself an iron steam facial.
All of you who have glasses, I'm pretty sure you guys know what it's like with the steam. Wearing glasses. Ugh. When I wear my glasses, I tend to get more steam on my glasses than on the quilt blocks.
Hi, Polly. Polly says, hi, Tiff. Loving the
Hello.
idea of memory quilt. Great to catch you live.
Awesome. Yeah. This is very fun, very simple to do. Goes pretty quick after the cutting is all done. Then everything starts to fall into place and it seems to go pretty fast.
Teresa says, let's just say lots. I mean, burning with the iron.
Yeah.
Let's just say lots. I like it. Kathleen says, how about good burn?
Yeah.
You'll let myself goofball. You know better. Before I finish saying goofball, I've been self-employed.
All right. All right, we're getting closer and closer. Getting close to done. You guys get to stare at my pajama butt this whole time. That's probably what's in the scene of the camera. My pajama butt.
It's more of your side and your left arm, and
I was actually dressed in real clothing yesterday
I know.
because I went across the lake on the slow boat. Let's make that seam go that way.
I don't think they have any idea what you're talking about for that. Did you want to elaborate? No one said
I
anything.
went across the lake on the boat to buy cigarettes at the casino, which is across the lake. It's a ferry ride that goes from Havasu to Havasu Landing Resort and Casino.
Yes, it's a little Indian casino across there, and they have cigarettes there cheaper because it's Indian cigarettes or whatever.
So I went over to the res, got smokes, and came back. But we went on the big ferry must be getting work done on it or something, because usually they use it during this time of year because the snowbirds are in, and so many people go across on that ferry. And they had the small boat going, which is an old, like, it reminds me of a tugboat, honestly. Oh shit! Oops. And I did it.
What?
I wasn't paying attention. See what happens to your iron when you touch it to vinyl?
Oh no.
Because I wasn't paying attention. I was talking.
Oh no, you got that whole 3 on there.
Yep, I got my 3 on the iron, and now I need to
Clean the iron.
clean the iron because it's starting to stink. It's time to stop. Switch to a different iron.
Kim says I burned my arm bad enough once that I had to see a doctor. Luckily it didn't scar with the medication he used.
Alright, switching irons. So here's my wonderful now ruined iron. Show
It will
in the
wash
screen.
off. It will wash off,
Yep,
I'm sure.
I need to take an iron cleaner to it.
I'm sure it will wash off.
Has a 3 perfectly across it because I'm a dummy. So I have flannel.
That's what happens when you're talking
keep-
and not paying attention. It's
I
not
keep
that
this
bad.
flannel on the ground next to me so that I can use it for like this, and I didn't even think anything of it when I got to this area here. So now I need to manipulate the seam by hand. And then press it with the flannel over it. Cover that seam.
Kim
cover
says,
that-
whoops.
Yeah. Only in Tiffany's quilting life, while on camera, do I make all these screw ups. I did it with some applique, and I glued the big, huge circle to the bottom of my iron. Good thing it comes off, you know, and it scrapes off better off of a stainless steel iron than it does off of a porcelain iron. But at least it came off. So now I have yet another iron to add to my needs to be cleaned pile. Yeah. Come on,
Yes,
warm
ma'am.
up.
Oh, I'll
Take it
sit
too
down and
long.
take a break.
We'll just put some water in this. I better not do this whole thing again. Messing it all up.
Sit down and take a break.
All right. Didn't think anything of it. Well, it's covered now with a piece of flannel so that I don't ruin my iron. Look at that. Much better. I'm such a dummy. Hey, but the 3 is still there. It is nicely melted onto the fabric now. Oops.
And Vicky says there's a job for me cleaning the irons. Yes, I have helped her clean the irons when she
Yep.
showed me how before.
Yep.
We make it a team sport.
Because I wash all of them at the same time. Every time I clean an iron,
Yes.
we end up bringing out all of the irons to clean them all at once.
She has a lot, and there's something wrong with every one of them.
Yep. They always get something on them. I am horrible with my irons, except for this one. This one I've been actually pretty good with, but I stay away from applique and stuff with this iron so that this one doesn't get messed up. Because this is a good one. I need my cordless one to always work. Okay.
Polly says someone needs to invent a quilter's iron, one that doesn't stick.
Right? So that you can iron anything and it just completely all fades away.
Kathleen says, doesn't baking soda work?
Yeah.
Yep,
Baking
that's what
soda
we
and
use.
vinegar is what I clean my irons
That's
with.
what we use.
And I turn them on and run them in like a cookie dish. I put baking soda and vinegar in a cookie dish, and then I stick the iron in it because I fill it up to water, and then the bottom of the iron sits in that. And then all I do is continuously press the steam button while the iron is plugged in and hot. I'll just continuously press the steam over and over and over again until the iron is completely cleaned out, and then I run water through it, press it all through, and with some vinegar, and yeah, they come pretty darn clean.
Kim says, good job, Tiff. At least it didn't blister and bubble.
Oh yeah, that would have been even worse. It would have made a big mess.
And Vicky asks about squeak. Do you still have the squeaky iron?
Yes, I still have Squeak. Squeak is somewhere around
Isn't
here.
he your favorite one?
It's my favorite iron, yes, but I can't use it on video because it makes your guys' dogs and cats do crazy things.
Yeah, it's quite loud.
For those that are new to my channel, Squeak is the name of my iron that squeaks, but it's a shark and it's freaking awesome. I love that iron so much, but can't use it on a daily basis. All right. Actually, might have enough floor room right here. I'm going to clean up the floor. I'm going to kind of lay this out a little bit, and then that way you guys can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to move that out of the way. Hopefully that I don't knock the camera.
I don't want to start moving that stuff and
Nope,
you
it's
start
fine.
laying it down.
Okay, so I'm going to step out of camera for a second, and I'm going to lay what blocks I can out on the floor, just so you guys can have a general idea of what I am doing here.
Do you want me to turn the camera to the floor so they can see?
In 2 seconds.
Don't put it on the number.
I didn't.
Like you
I was
had an
doing
issue.
the bottom because it wasn't sticking. So here's my center.
Do you want me to turn it?
If you want.
Well, now that you're laying them out.
Watch out, kitty.
Well, he's being a picky butt today, isn't he?
Come on, go.
Meow. CJ, take your hairy brother and brush him or something.
I don't know how that's going to go just yet. This is continue this way, so that one can go there. Then they're going to switch. That's going to go like that. I will change the colors around to where they land just right. But for now, just so that you can see what I'm doing here. My penguin is not face up, but that's okay. We're just pretending for now.
Yeah, he's got to be face up when you do it for real.
Yeah. This is just my mock layup.
Bye, Eric. Eric says lunch is over. See y'all later.
All right, bye, Eric. See you on Tees later. This is me being creative.
Oh man, are we a block or two short to make an actual big square?
That. So you can you see down here?
Look, you can see most of it.
Oh, yeah.
I can pull take the camera over.
I'm taking you guys off the microphone. Should still be working. So if you can see, the background that I chose creates a diagonal. And it's running 2 different ways. That's why I just made them in the center. So I just make one block, turn the next facing up. That way it mixes everything up. And then obviously the numbers will be in there. And they'll get mixed around. And so on and so forth. So this is clothing, making a quilt.
Vicky says pretty.
Obviously, I'll pay attention to the layout more when I actually lay them out, for real lay them out. And I'm pretty sure that the 43, because each quilt will have one of those, will be the center of the quilt, and this one will be like down in a corner maybe to like end it.
Janet says that's looking good.
So it's just a bunch of squares. I mean, you can do whatever you want with clothing, and you can make a block, which I'm glad I didn't, because with all the interfacing, it would have probably just been too thick. So I'm glad I just stuck with squares
Kathleen
make
says they're gonna love it.
this. I mean, and it still smells like their daddy's clothes. So, all right,
Kim
let's
says
put you
it looks
guys
good.
back up here.
Kathy
It's like
says that's looking good, Tiff.
that.
Jim says I like it.
I'm gonna turn that off and come over here. I'm putting this stupid thing back on because my wrist is killing me. I am not ironing while this thing is on me no more.
Judy says love it. Let me do the ironing, like I said.
So I'm at, how many blocks am I at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 now. And I need to make 6 total blocks because I'm making 2 quilts. I wonder if I get 60 blocks just out of what's here. I could just make 2 bigger quilts only because I want to use it all up. She's paying for it, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah,
Well, there's
this
only
is what I'm
14
doing.
here, and this looks pretty big. You want to do 30?
Yeah.
Per quilt? Because I mean, you do one more layer here, and 1 or 2.
Oh, it needs to be twin size. That's not twin size. Once they're sewn together, it's going to look a lot smaller.
Oh,
He doesn't
okay.
get it. He's
Okay.
looking, he's like, But we all know because we make quilts all the time.
Jim says want more of it.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
going
it.
to
I
be,
love it. I want more of it. You know the song?
Yeah.
That's what he's...
it's going to be heavy. That's one thing. So batting wise, I'm probably, because it's already thick, I'm just going to use a cotton batting because it's become so thin. I don't even think cotton batting is 1/8 of an inch thick anymore these days. It is so thin. But I will use a cotton batting, and one quilt will have the photo picture shirt on the back of one of the quilts. The other one, I don't know. I could do a bunch of squares or a patchwork thing on the back side, just so that they both kind of have individuality to them, you know. That way they're not exact.
Kathleen says, I know they'd love it bigger because it's daddy's.
Oh, yes. Yep, and they get to cover up with their daddy. And it still smells like him, so I doubt that they're going to wash these quilts anytime soon.
You said that.
So, this is what I'm making. This is how I'm doing. I just figured if you just make the diagonal on one, turn the next block, and the diagonals cross, you know, then the 4 colors that look like button-up t-shirts, which are these linens, will come together into a square. And yeah, it helps take up more space so that I could fit more, you know, but it still allows all the t-shirt fabric to still be throughout the whole thing equally. So that's what I'm doing. When I get to the next part where I start assembling these quilts, then I will come back on with another video. But just know for now, between vlogging and off camera, I'm just going to continuously work on all this, and I'll just chain piece everything through until it is all used up, and there is 60 blocks. So, or even more. I don't know. I still have more fabric to cut up a whole other section because I separate it into 2 piles. So, or I can just make bigger, like 6 across by 7 down. It don't really matter. I think it looks cool, nice and messy, and most likely I'll just quilt them with, one will be probably a meander and the other will be a swirl, just so that they're also individual that way as well. And that's it. That's what I'm doing. Remember, folks, do not put your iron on vinyl directly. Oops. So if you're doing t-shirt quilts, never put the iron directly on these. And even if you're just ironing your clothes, for those that just watched my video randomly because they felt like something new to watch, don't put your iron on vinyl. I learn my lesson several times a year because I ruin a lot of irons.
Kathleen says, I was shocked at the thinness of batting when I went to get my first a short time back. The cost kind of pisses me off simply because it was so very thin. Yes.
It is.
And here lately, batting has like doubled in price.
Yeah, that's why I switched to, I know some people don't like it, but most of the stuff, and a lot of people do because it's warmer. I switched to using 8-ounce, 6 and 8-ounce polyester batting because it's thicker. It also makes the quilting on most of the quilts that I do just pop out at you. It becomes 3D. And I like that look. And then if you're also trying to push an area down so that the other areas come up, the thicker the poly batting, the better it comes out. So, so beautiful. So, I mean, and when I use the regular cotton batting, it's only because that's what the client or customer, somebody wants, you know, and or sends me when they send their quilt. Because, I don't know. But I'm picky.
We feel your pain, though, Kathleen. We feel your pain. It is very pricey.
But when I started quilting, this was 5 years ago. The first time I ever bought batting, it was like that. Then I was like, really? I thought this stuff would be thicker. And that was when everyone used to tell me, oh, no, you have to use cotton. You have to use cotton. And I was like, no, there's got to be something else out there. So I ended up with getting some wool donated to me. And I used that. And I was like, oh, that's a little bit thicker, but it's still on the thin side. And then I found polyester and I was like, yeah, I'm going to use this instead. It's thicker. It has better results with the quilting. And I like, it's a little bit, I don't know, it's fluffier. It's fluffy. And I like fluffy quilts. I just like the feel and the look. And they keep you warm. So.
Gar EQ says Joanne's doing a sale right now for 60% off their batting.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Alrighty. Does anybody have any clothing quilt, chopping up clothing to make a quilt questions while I am still on?
Janet says, do as I say, not as I do. LOL. Tiffany, you just show us that you are just like us when distracted. Hope your iron cleans off easy.
It should.
Maybe we'll have to do a vlog of cleaning irons.
Oh, I still have to clean my sewing machine too. So, because
it's only a 10-20 minute
Mr.
process.
Juki here, I'm gonna wait till after all this is
vlog.
sewn up, but this Mr. Juki here needs to be cleaned. It is pretty darn disgusting. And I showed you guys a video before, but I had a horrible camera back then, so I want to do now that I have a better camera, view of how I clean my machine. Totally different. But I've been told by the machine repair people that it's 100% a-okay that I clean my machines this way. And I can show you how both of them get cleaned, just one at a time. Can't do them at the same time. But, you know, I'm one-handed sort of when it comes to twisting. And Scott lifts it because this is a heavy machine. For those that are curious, this Juki is pretty heavy. It's going to be the same as that Brother PL 1500 or whatever. That's heavy too. And the Genome also has one. I forgot the number on it, but those are heavy too. These are pretty on the heavy side. There's a lot of stuff in there. And if you've never seen the inside of a sewing machine, you'll be able to see that when I take this apart and do my maintenance on it. So did anybody have any questions? No.
Yes, Nita says, how would you deal with satin or silk?
I wouldn't use satin or silk in the quilt, honestly. And if you do, it would go on above. So you would take a cotton piece and then you would put your satin or silk as flat as you can get it and then sew it onto your cotton, you know, with your interfacing already on it. And that would just be a top layer because you can't press it in. You can't fold the seams and it's very thin. You'll see right through it, you know. I mean, I used this polyester from the windbreaker and it is thin. And when I sewed that piece that had the little penguin on it, it was like shredding it along the edge until it was top stitched down. So silk and stuff like that would fall apart. I wouldn't use that in a quilt. I would use that for other projects, but not in a quilt. That's the farthest I go is thin polyester, and that's just because it came off of clothing. I would use spandex in a quilt either, like 100% like spandex pants like we wear, or ladies wear. I wouldn't use spandex either, and I probably, depending on the structure of the fabric, I probably wouldn't use rayon either because it's also stretchy, but it's thin and it burns with the iron, so it would be a very weird blend in the quilt. I would stick with the cottons and poly blends because some of these shirts are cotton poly blends. Other than that, I wouldn't use any other products. And then linen, of course, I would use linen. You can do the same thing with sheets. You can chop up sheets to make sheet quilts. I've done it and actually have a ton of sheets that I still have yet to finish putting into a quilt. I have all the pieces cut out, but it's sitting in the garage and has been for 5 years because I never brought it inside. So there's a lot of projects I start and then I don't want to finish it and I don't. All right. Well, I'm glad you guys got to hang out, and there'll still be two more actually. There'll be another video on putting all the rows together and making sure that the layout is right. So it'll be the piecing the quilt together. This was piecing the blocks.
Oh, T
Then-
says hi. She
Hi,
just came
T.
on.
And then the next video after that will be the long arming of this quilt. So depending on how long it takes me to get this done, then you'll get the piecing the rows, and then as fast as I can get it onto the long arm and have backing and stuff ready for these is when you'll see that. So I do need to load something else on the long arm, at least for now, so that you guys can see that. As for vlogging, also while I'm here, this is today's vlog video, even though it's not called that. It's just you guys already got to see me today. I would continuously work throughout the day, but I am going to take a break and do my stuff. And I don't think I'll come on later, but if I do, just know that you guys know why I can be on as often as possible now. So unfortunately, stuff happens in life and
Very
we cannot
sad.
control it. So
Very sad.
yeah, but you guys get more of me now. We just don't have little helpers anymore. So other than that,
Very
that's
sad.
it. And I will see you guys tomorrow sometime. Maybe by then I'll be ready to piece this together. If not, it'll be a vlog. So thank you guys for hanging out. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, like my videos, comment if you're watching the replay, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.